Welcome to Bunnies TV, live and free. This is our recap and team list show brought to you by Darrell Lee across Australia and around the globe. On the show today, I'm going to look at the selected teams to take on the Dragons this Saturday. We're going to have a look back at the loss to the Sharks, the win by the New South Wales Cup, the loss by the Flegg to the Dogs, and have a quick chat about Sam Burgess' departure to Warrington. We'll just bring up the graphic here, with thanks to Tony Day from the Borough. Now, the news is that Shaq is in for Tom, who was unlucky to get 3 weeks for that hit that he took the early guilty plea for. Tane and Hosty earn recalls for Tyrone and Cheeks to drop out. Ben Lovett is 18th man, and Tyrone is 19th man. So it looks like they will go to Cairns, because they have not been named in the lower grades. So there's the two boys that look like they'll be coming up. I'm just waiting for the live chat to kick in here. I'm not sure what's happened here. Yeah, there we go. So we'll go back to the main screen. That's all working fine. So now that's the first grade. We'll have a look at the pathways in a minute. Good luck to Sam Burgess. He served a brief apprenticeship here at the club. Wish him all the success over there at Warrington. It's a good pick-up for them. So all the best to you, Sammy. Now, JD has challenged the team to step up. He's made a couple of changes. But we really need to win every game in the run home. It's the Dragons on Saturday. It's a Super Saturday. So it starts off with the Flegg at 11 o'clock at Redfern Oval and the New South Wales Cup at 1 p.m. We're going to live stream both of those games on Bunnies TV, just like we did last weekend. And then 3 p.m. up there at Barlow Park, Cairns. The Bunnies need to bounce back in a big way. Now, I'm just wondering what's happened with the chat here. I'm just going to try it again. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's a Super Saturday. Up there, starting in Redfern, up in Cairns. And so he's challenged the team to bounce back. There's 8 points on offer from now to the run to the semis. 2 of those are from the bye, so they're guaranteed. So we need the 6 points to leave us in a good position for the run into the finals. Okay, so we are going to have a look back at the Sharks game. Well, not much to talk about. We didn't excel too well. There's a few photos here that Kempy sent me through. So we took a photo when he was over there. I feel sorry for Mick Tasker, Josh Kemp, Bridget, Michelle Booth that made the trip over there from the Borough. But when we were doing the live stream, Bridget and Michelle were watching the Pathways live stream in the Campfield pub right next to Optus Stadium. So we go coast to coast here on Bunnies TV. We go from Picton to Perth, Japan to Germany, live and free on Bunnies TV. So unfortunately, we didn't get the win over there. And those that watched it was very hard to watch. I wanted to turn it off, to tell you the truth, but I hung in there till the end. It was 4 tries to 3 in the end, which probably flattered us. Now, the telling stats were that the Sharks completed at 80%. We completed at 66%. We made 15 errors to the Sharks' 9. We gave away 11 penalties to 4. And the Sharks managed to get 17 offloads to our 9. So when you are getting dominated in that way, very hard to win football games. Now, a shining light in our team was Tallis Duncan, who played 36 minutes, 10 runs, 137 metres, 40 post-contact metres, and one nice line break that we all saw and thought we were back in it. I think when he gave the ball to Cam, he probably should have kept running because he had some space in front of him and then tried to do something a bit later, but it didn't happen. I thought Isaiah Tass and Cam were good, but other than that, it was a stinker of a game, and the boys are just going to have to regroup and get it going again. Now, Ratu Vaileba, of course I can give you a shout-out, mate, because you are the first person to be live chatting here, and shout-out to you, mate. Ratu Vaileba, hope I said that correctly. Tom Burgess, he just put his body in front of the ball runner. There was no intent to strike the head. It was hard to even see the contact. He had to slow it right down. Grade 2 careless high tackle, 3 matches with the early plea. a lot of people are shaking their head, including me. I mean, come on. That is not what the careless high tackle rule was brought in for. Big Tommy, big body, good tackle, and now we're going to miss him in the run to the final. So it really is backs to the wall now. Tough. Now, AJ scored his 185th try, continuing on his way towards the all-time greatness. And this week, Alex Johnston will play his 212th first-grade game, going past the great Bob McCarthy on 211. And that'll make him the top 5 capped Rabbitoh of all time. So not only is he scoring all the tries, he's playing a lot of games too, which is a huge record for Alex Johnston. And Letitia said, "Hey, buddy, love you summing up the game. It was shocking." And then Ratu said, "Valiba." Thank you, Letitia. Yes, it was shocking. There's no way to put any sweetener on it. The boys will admit that. JD has challenged them to lift their game. We went from leading the comp earlier in the season, and then we've just let it slump. Our spine really needs to step up. They got it going late in the second half the other day. We know they can do it. We've got the quality. It's just a bit off the other night. Just seeing the Sharks do that to us was very disappointing. But there has been a lot of fans jumping up and down and trying to tell the coach how to pick his team and that he's not good enough and having shots at different players. You won't hear me doing that here on Bunnies TV because we are the Mighty Rabbitohs. We stick together and we'll find a solution. There's better footy to come from this team. Letitia said, "Why do they not contest it?" I'm confused. Well, I thought the same thing, but the bottom line was that he did make contact with the head, I think, in slow-mo. And when that happens, there's no contesting it. So even if it's a mistake, even if they're falling, if you make contact with the head, plus he had the previous charge that cost him, and I suppose they waited up. They looked like they were going to lose him for 4 weeks, and it's bad enough losing him for 3, but losing him for 4 was something they weren't prepared to risk, so I can understand why they have done that. Yeah, so let's just bounce back and get it going, and we can only hope that this team are better next time around. Now, we have got the merchandise. You can see me. I've got the Bunnies TV hoodie on here. There's my daughter, Demi. There is a link in the description of this video to purchase that. They're $50 for the hoodies, $20 for the shirts, and we're getting a new site coming up soon so you can do it all online. We have got a new Instagram, Bunnies TV AU. Make sure you follow us there. And we are brought to you by Darryl Lee, where there's something special in every bite. We're giving away Blast Pit. They've just moved into a new premises at Little Bay. Congrats to Nick and the team there. That's going to be good. Right next to Sight Pizza. So we've got 2 sponsors side by side. Sight Pizza, Little Bay. Blast Pit. And there's Sight Pizza there. There's Sight Pizza at Maroubra. We give away $100 worth of pizza and food every week. It's not just pizza. There's ribs, some beautiful pastas there. The prawn gambini, I think it's called. Oh, everyone raves about it. So just go on to our Facebook or Instagram, leave a comment, like the post. You're a chance to win that every week. Dot Pill Constructions. They are a fantastic builder. Very reliable. Work all over the eastern suburbs of Sydney. And give them a call. Corey and the team will look after you. NG Farah, the best in the business. There they are at Kingsford. If you're thinking of selling, NG Farah is the place to go. You're watching this on our Canon camcorder, courtesy of our great friends at George's Cameras. And there's their store in George Street in the city. The juniors, a group of clubs. They got Tahir coming up in August. So they got some great shows up there. $45, I think it is. And one of the great comedians. This is the fitness centre. The steam room up there is worth the trip on its own. And last but not least, premium structured water, Bunnaby. Water with a purpose. Yeah, so we'll have a quick look at the back of the pathways. Now, a lot of you would have watched the streams, but I'll just put it up here. Let me have a look here where it is. So the flag game, that's that Geordie Mazzoni, and he's a flying winger, this kid. Look out for him. Remember the name, Geordie Mazzoni. He knows his way to the try line. And this other big fella here, he's a good player as well. That is Zach Montgomery, the lock. That's Drew Williams going over in the corner there. So they all scored doubles. Geordie Mazzoni, here's his second try.
Big jinking run, and he's over.
And then Big Zach, very hard to stop. He's a big lock, straight through the middle. And then Drew Williams scores his second try. So he is the nephew of Paul Mellor, who I did see at Redfern the other day. That's his sister Louise's kid, I think. And they haven't just been getting it done so far, our Flegg boys. It's just been a bit of a horror season for them. They've had a few injuries and all of that. But look for them to bounce back against the Dragons on Saturday this week. The Cup, however, went a little bit better. Now, this bloke was their captain. That's Jaden Beryl. They got off to a good start. We scored. Isaac scored. But then Jaden Beryl goes in for his second, and they led 10-4. So our boys got backs to the wall. But this fella here, Shaq Mitchell, no stopping him close to the line. He crashes over, earns a recall into the first grade side. Thank you very much. And then they sent the ball. Waitafi played well as also. A little nice pass here at the end. And puts Tommy Carr over in the corner. So they're going along real nicely, the Cup side. And if you want to, we'll have a look at the teams again. Let's bring up Tony Day's team list. So Cheeks has missed out on first grade this week, so he's going to start in the second row, Michael Cheekham. But it's much the same side from last week. Now, in the Jersey Flegg, Ethan Ferguson didn't play last week. And so he'll be a welcome return in the centres. And another bloke that's appeared on the bench there is, on the extended bench, is Aaron Macy. I spoke to Aaron out on the field on Saturday. He had a shoulder problem, and it looks like he's overcome that, and he's been named 19th man, which is unfortunate because I think he said he scored like 5 tries since he's come back from his previous injury. But, yeah, so I look for him to force his way back into that side, and those games will be live and free on Bunnies TV this Saturday at Redfern Oval. We'll wrap it up there. See you Saturday. Thanks for joining me on Bunnies TV.